Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Eric Brown giving you the best of Los Angeles, where we share cool Los Angeles businesses or businesses that support clients and customers here in the Los Angeles area. As always, I am your Beverly Hills real estate agent, and today I've got a really cool treat. A friend of mine named Tammy, who owns Cha Cha Doodles, and her good friend Luna are going to talk to us a little bit about her business. So Tammy, great to see you.
Hi, thank you, Eric.
So tell us a little bit about Cha Cha Doodles. What do you do? What's the business like?
Well, I've been in business for almost 20 years now, basically helping families who never thought they could have a dog that have severe allergies finally have a dog.
Ah, that's amazing. So, hypothetically, I've got allergies. I've never thought I could have a pet. Tell us a bit how the process works.
Basically, we do an allergy test here. Families come here for educational play dates, and during the educational play dates, which I've been offering for years now before a family takes a puppy, we have them come here for an allergy test, and we just decide which generation of a golden doodle is going to best fit those allergies of that particular person.
I gotcha. And I heard that you said 4 Goldendoodles. So is it breed specific?
It is breed specific to golden doodles and double doodles.
Gotcha. Well, I'm always interested in an owner's origin story. So 20 years ago, what got you started?
My son was very allergic to dogs, and we didn't think we could have one. And we started off with the golden doodle, and she was the best dog ever. And everybody that ran into us asked us, "Where did you get that dog from?" So we decided to help other families who didn't think they could have dogs.
I love it. It's a great start. And so I'm sure over the course of 20 years, you've seen a number of things in your business like change or evolve, different trends, different services you've had to offer. So can you talk to us a little bit about what you've seen in the past 20 years?
What I've seen as far as people getting dogs from us,
Yeah, anything, like anything about your business that is an interesting story or things that you can share that might be insightful.
I've seen and heard nightmares of people where they get their dogs puppy mills and such. And I wanted to change all of that and be a reputable breeder, but change it. And I have to say, it's a lot of work. My days start at 6 o'clock in the morning and end around 2 or 3 a.m. But there's a lot of training that goes into our puppies. So we are never considered or even known as a puppy mill. We are a home sweet home. So we do a lot of training with our puppies before they leave us, a lot of trips out the door for potty training, a lot of not jumping and nipping. But I've discovered puppies are just like children, and they will say, "Miss Tammy doesn't let us do it, but you might let us do it." So it's not about training the puppies, it's about training the people.
That's great. I like the languaging of that. So you talked about people come over for an allergy test, and then I'm sure there's several things that happen. So
Yes, so during an allergy test, we work with one puppy or a dog. We don't want to confuse the generation and confuse the allergy test. So when the family comes to us, we will hand them a puppy, or we'll introduce a dog if we don't have puppies at the time, and we have them lick behind the ear. And the reason we do that, we don't use behind the ear to do the dishes. We don't use the behind the ear to dust the furniture. We don't play with the dogs from behind the ear. We basically are going to see if there's a problem with behind the ear during the allergy test. If there is, no disappointment, I'm going to tell them to come back in a few days, and we're going to try the next generation and so on.
Sure. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. So after they've either gone through and have found that they have a generation that they don't have an allergy, then what happens?
Then they're going to come back. Then we're going to do a lot of phone work to make sure they're ready for a puppy. I want the children involved as young as 2, 3 years old. If they have a baby at home, that's fine too. But the children have important questions, just like the families have important questions. So over the years, we've done educational play dates where all the families, if there's 10 puppies or 6 puppies, everybody in the litter can come together and mingle and exchange phone numbers and emails. I like when the dogs get together throughout their lives and play with each other and get to see each other again. But during these educational play dates is where I'm going to start talking. We're going to talk about hula hoop training. We don't train a puppy to do the hula hoop, but we use a hula hoop for boundaries. We're going to talk about leash training. We're going to talk about, we're also going to talk about the poop, but we're going to talk about the get through the day and the night of a puppy. So what to expect when you bring that puppy home. Sure. And how to survive, and make sure the puppy's being loved too, and just cared for in the right way. They're cared for and loved here, and I just want to make sure that continues when the puppies leave us.
That makes sense. And so that process from allergy tests to someone is taking home their brand new family member, how long does that typically go?
The education, the allergy test can take weeks because they might have to keep coming back. But the educational play date is for families that want to come as much as they can. And we usually start encouraging the educational play dates anywhere in between 6 and 7 weeks old, 6.5 and 7 weeks old. We want the puppies to be old enough. We really don't introduce the puppies when they're young, especially younger than 4 or 5 weeks old. That's time with their mom. That's time they have to socialize with each other as a puppy. So when the families come for the educational play dates, the educational play date can last anywhere from 3 to 5 hours for a day here. It's a lot of fun.
Sure, that's great.
And then some families want to do a private session and just come on their own.
Sure.
And that's fine too.
Sure, yeah, I love it. And so I'm sure in the pet world there have been things that have trended or changed or in the allergy world over the past 20 years. I'm sure we've seen things differently. So as we roll into next year, what type of things does Cha Cha Doodles have as a goal? Any changes, any big plans for the next year?
Yes, I've been doing the educational play dates at my home. I've raised 3 children who I'm very proud of, who have now graduating from college and they're doing their careers. And they're, like I said, I'm proud of them. But now it's getting lonely at home without the kids. I would like to do more stork delivery, where I actually bring the puppy to where the family lives. Many breeders have a between person, a middleman that delivers their puppies. I want to get to know my families. I want to bring the puppies myself. I want to stay for 1 to 3 days, 1 to 4 days, help the family shop, help the family, teach the family how to do a bath, work with the small children as far as the nipping and jumping, what to expect from a puppy. But I want to bring my educational play date around the world.
I love it. And you told me a great story off camera about how you've started that already, where you've started to fly and travel
Yes,
to meet with families.
we've already brought a puppy out to Beverly Hills, California, and it was amazing. We met the owner, and she was brilliant too, because she taught me a lot that I didn't know, because she trained horses. I did not know you could train a dog with 2 leashes. So and she was wonderful. We got to go to many dog parks while we were out there, and it was just an amazing experience. And we stayed for about 3 days with her, and the puppy's doing well. Every time we walked that puppy at 3 months old, anywhere we walked, that puppy would sit if anybody asked to pet him. But he learned that before he left me, because that's what we teach our puppies. And when families first show up for educational play date, I teach them right from their car. When you get out of your car, if a puppy approaches you and they're jumping, I want you to turn around and ignore the puppy just for a split second. It's not being mean. It's letting the puppy know you'll get attention for not jumping. So by the time we got that puppy out to California, he was doing amazing with everybody that approached him and asked them to pet him at 3 months old.
I love it. So I'm sure through your years of working with clients, you've got a process that this goes. So if someone was interested in getting started, what would be their first step? What should they do?
The very first step is, I tell people, you don't want to just believe your breeder. You want to reach out to the clients. You want to go to their Facebook page. You want to do Google reviews. You even want to private message to families. It's not in my business who my customers reach out to. It's between them and the customers who already got a puppy from us. But you really want to do it's a special family member coming home. You want to do your research.
I love it. I think that's insightful. And so if people were interested, if they wanted to go through this process, if they wanted to see if they could own a new member of their family, they could have a new dog, where should people go? How can people connect with you?
They can go, I always tell people to start with my Facebook page. I do have a website, but start with my Facebook page. I'm at Cha Cha Doodles is my Facebook. I'm on TikTok, and I'm also on Instagram.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
And they can also, I'm welcome to phone calls.
That's great. Well, we have all your information here on screen so people can connect. Is there any parting words that viewers that are watching this video, is there anything else that you think that they should know?
I just want them to know that they should love their puppy as much as that we love our puppy. And if once they get a puppy from us, we're here, whether the puppy's 6 months old, 6 years old. I'm a phone call away for help. I always tell people I'm not a professional trainer, but I've been doing it for many years. So pick my brain. But don't call me and yell at me if your puppy's nipping at you. I always tell people, did God give you a child ready for college? So it's not up to the puppy. It's about us training the puppy.
Yeah.
It's about the humans.
Yeah, that's a really great saying and so applicable. So Tammy and Luna, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. It was great to be able to chat with you and learn more about Cha Cha Doodles.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Absolutely. Folks, as always, this is Eric Brown, your Beverly Hills real estate agent, bringing you the best of LA, where we get to see these cool local businesses that you may or may not have heard of and how you can engage with them. As always, I'd love for you to tune in for our next episode where we get to see another cool local Los Angeles business. Until then, this is Eric Brown, Tammy, and Luna signing off.